You've seen your finches turn from bright red to pale brown, and you're not alone. A sudden color shift could mean they're stressed, sick, or preparing for something big. A hidden pigment called prosoanthocyanidin controls their hue, and its levels drop during illness. A flock of finches fading to gray might be signaling a hidden environmental danger. Stay to the end, because you'll learn how to read your bird's silent warnings. Number 1. The secret behind the brilliant red of house finches lies in a remarkable pigment called prosoanthocyanidin. This compound isn't just for show, it's a powerful antioxidant much like the ones found in sunflower seeds. Your yard's finches rely on this pigment to maintain not only their color, but also their health. When they're well fed and active, their feathers gleam with a rich, deep red. What this means for you is that the vibrancy of their plumage can serve as a subtle health indicator. Keep an eye on the color changes. They might signal more than just seasonal shifts. This red pigment doesn't just enhance their looks, it plays a critical role in their immune function. Studies from the University of Washington reveal that finches with lower prosoanthocyanidin levels are more vulnerable during outbreaks of mycoplasmal conjunctivitis. Your yard's birds may seem unbothered, but their internal health is reflected in the richness of their feathers. When they're sick, the pigment fades, leaving them looking pallid or even gray. This transformation isn't just visual, it's a biological signal of their well-being. You might not notice it at first, but over time, the shift in color can speak volumes about their condition. The loss of color can be dramatic. Up to 50% of their red pigmentation can vanish when they're unwell. This isn't just about appearance, it's a survival strategy. Finches with paler feathers may struggle to attract mates or defend their territory. Your yard is a living laboratory, and these birds are sending you messages in color. When you see a finch that looks off, it's more than a small change. It's a window into their health. What you might not see next is how these same birds recover, their colors returning as they heal and thrive once more. Number 2. The sudden change in your bird's plumage can be more than just a fleeting look. It's a silent alarm. Had you noticed a once vibrant finch now appearing washed out or dull? This unexpected shift in color could be a sign of stress, illness, or even an environmental shift happening right in your backyard. A 2021 study in the Journal of Ornithology discovered that house finches often lose their luster when exposed to high-stress situations or when predators are nearby. These subtle changes in appearance are not just cosmetic, they're signals that something in their environment has changed. What this means for you is that observing these color shifts can give you early clues about the health of your birds and the state of once vibrant finch now appearing with shovers. In urban environments, where noise and pollution are ever present, finches may display more color variation than their rural counterparts. This isn't just an oddity, it's a reflection of the ongoing stress they experience from constant human activity and environmental disturbances. Imagine a finch that once had bright orange streaks on its breast now appearing mottled and uneven. This isn't just a sign of aging or poor diet, but rather the impact of living in a landscape that is constantly changing. These birds are not just adapting, they're responding to the invisible pressures around them, and their feathers are the first to show the signs. Paying attention to these shifts can reveal a lot about the hidden forces shaping your backyard's wildlife. During a cold snap, when temperatures drop sharply, birds like finches can undergo a temporary loss of color as their bodies redirect energy to keep warm. This isn't an immediate reaction, but a slow physiological shift that takes place as their metabolism adjusts. It's a survival mechanism that ensures they can endure the cold, even if it means sacrificing a little vibrancy in their appearance. These changes are fleeting, but they are powerful indicators of how your birds are coping with the seasons. And as the days warm up again, you may see their colors return, like a secret language spoken in feathers. But what happens when the changes don't fade? That's a question worth watching for next. Number 3. The color of your finches isn't just for show. It's a powerful clue about what they're eating and how they're feeling. Ever noticed how some finches in your yard look more vibrant than others? That's not random. Their diet plays a starring role in their feather brightness. When they feast on sunflower seeds or red peppers, the carotenoids in those foods work their magic, deepening colors and adding life to their plumage. But if their menu is limited to millet or other low carotenoid foods, their feathers may appear duller, even if the bird is otherwise healthy. What this means for you is that the health and vibrancy of your backyard birds can be a silent signal about what their intenoids in those foods work their magic, deepening colors in those foods work their magic, deepening colors and adding life to their foods work their magic. The pigments in their feathers aren't just inherited, they're built from what they eat, making their color shift a kind of nutritional report card. A Cornell lab study found that finches with access to a wide range of foods, especially those rich in carotenoids, not only looked more vibrant, but had better survival rates during tough winters. It's like their feathers are a living indicator of their health and adaptability. This means that when you see a finch that looks less colorful than usual, it might be a sign that their food sources are lacking in essential nutrients. Their color isn't just eye-catching, it's telling you a story about the environment they live in and how well they're thriving. This subtle detail offers a rare opportunity to understand your bird's well-being without ever needing to touch or disturb them. Even the most subtle shifts in feather color can hint at more than just nutrition. They might also reveal stress or hidden health challenges. A finch that is not as colorful as its counterparts may be signaling that something is off, even if it's still active and eating. By observing these changes, you can become a more aware backyard steward, ready to adjust the offerings in your feeders or consider the broader environment. The next time you spot a finch, take a closer look. Its color might just be whispering secrets about its life and the health of your yard. What will you discover next? Number 4. The way your backyard birds show off their colors isn't just for show, it's a signal to the whole neighborhood. Male finches, especially house finches, use their plumage like a billboard, flashing bright reds to tell females they're healthy and strong. This isn't just about looks, it's a complex way of communicating their fitness and readiness to mate. The deeper the red, the more likely they'll be chosen by a mate, and the better their chances of defending nesting spots. This vibrant display is part of a larger language of survival and reproduction in the avian world. Understanding this can give you a new perspective on the birds that visit your yard every day. What makes this red so special is the science behind it. Male house finches derive their red color from carotenoids in their diet, and only the healthiest birds can process and display these pigments effectively. This means that when you see a finch with the brightest plumage, you're looking at a bird that has access to high-quality food and is in peak physical condition. Stressed or weakened males often lose this color, making them less attractive to potential mates. It's a natural filter that ensures the best genes are passed on. What this means for you is that you can observe these subtle changes in your yard and even support their health by providing a varied and nutritious feeding station. The implications of this color change go beyond just mating success. They also affect how birds interact with each other and their environment. A bright red male isn't just more likely to find a mate, he's also more likely to defend his nesting territory with vigor. This makes color a crucial factor in the social hierarchy of finch populations. Interestingly, if a male loses his color due to disease or stress, he may even be targeted by other males who see him as a weaker competitor. This dynamic plays out daily in your backyard, and it's a reminder that even the smallest details in nature have big consequences. What you'll discover next is how these signals can be affected by the environment and how you can help your birds thrive. Number 5. Let's talk about how to help your finches stay vibrant. Did you know that the colors of your finch's feathers aren't just for show? They're a sign of health and nutrition. By offering a variety of seeds like sunflower and safflower, along with fruits like apples, you give your finches a broader range of nutrients. These foods contribute to the brightness of their feathers and their overall energy. It's about creating a balanced diet that supports their natural brilliance. What this means for you is that a little effort in feeding can lead to a more colorful and lively presence in your yard. Did you know that the way you manage your yard can directly affect how healthy and colorful your finches appear? A study by the National Audubon Society shows that finches with access to clean water and a variety of seed types maintain more consistent coloration throughout the year. This is because a rich diet and clean water help their bodies function better and reflect their true colors. It's not just about what they eat, but also how they're able to process those nutrients. A pesticide-free environment is crucial because chemicals can interfere with their health and ability to absorb essential vitamins and minerals. This simple shift in yard care can transform how your finches look, and clean water help their bodies function better and reflect their true colors. What you might not realize is that avoiding pesticides and chemicals in your yard has a ripple effect that goes far beyond just the birds. These substances can make it harder for finches to absorb the nutrients from their food, leading to duller feathers and lower energy levels. By switching to organic gardening practices, you're not only protecting your finches, but also encouraging a more vibrant and active presence in your backyard. Imagine watching your finches dance through the trees with their full, brilliant colors thanks to your thoughtful care. And if you're wondering how to take this a step further, the next section will show you how to attract even more species to your yard. Number 6. What their color can tell you about your yard. The vibrant hues of finches aren't just for show, they're a silent language of your backyard's health. These small birds are like feathered reporters, constantly sending signals about the state of the environment. If you notice a dulling of their colors over time, it might be an early sign of stress in your yard's ecosystem. This subtle shift can stem from things like chemical exposure or a lack of proper nutrition. Your yard is not just a place for birds to live, it's a living indicator of broader environmental conditions. Paying attention to these changes can give you powerful insights into the health of your local habitat. Finch coloration doesn't just reflect their personal health. It tells a broader story about the quality of the resources in your yard. A diet rich in natural seeds and insects can lead to more intense and varied feather colors, which is a sign of a thriving ecosystem. On the other hand, if their colors appear muted or washed out, it might point to a lack of nutritional diversity or the presence of environmental toxins. Researchers have long observed that these birds are sensitive to changes in their habitat, making them excellent indicators of environmental well-being. What this means for you is that by observing your finches, you can take proactive steps to improve your yard's health. Every bright feather is a piece of a larger puzzle that you can help solve. The connection between finch color and environmental health is more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a call to action for backyard stewards like you. If you spot a sudden change in their appearance, it might be your cue to look deeper into what's happening in your yard. Could there be a new pesticide in use? Is the native plant cover shrinking? These are questions worth asking. The National Wildlife Federation has even used finch coloration as a key measure in their studies, showing how small changes can reflect larger ecological shifts. By keeping an eye on these tiny messengers, you can help protect not just your birds, but the entire web of life in your yard. And the next time you see a finch, you'll know you're looking at more than just a pretty bird. You're witnessing a health report card right in your own backyard. You sit quietly by the feeder, watching as the male house finch's plumage seems to fade, like the last light of day slipping away. In that moment, you feel the weight of something unspoken, a bond that stretches beyond the visible world. It's not science that tells you he's carrying love in his feathers. It's the hush of memory, the whisper of those who have passed. You believe, not because you must, but because it feels true, and in that belief you find comfort. As the sun dips below the horizon, the finch perches quietly, and you feel a strange peace settle in your chest. It's not that you understand why the colors change, but you know that in that quiet shift, there is a story being told. One that science cannot yet explain, but the heart can feel. You close your eyes, and for a moment, you are not alone. You are held by the memory of those who have loved you, and by the birds who remind you that love never truly fades. Next time you see your finches turn a different shade, take a moment and ask yourself, what are they telling me about my backyard? Share your observations in the comments. I'd love to hear what changes you've seen in your own birds. Whether you're a seasoned birder or just starting out, you're part of this story. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.